Hey, what's up, party people? I'm with my peoples from Iowa, and
we're with Two Bros Podcast with Oren. Yo, let's party, mothers!
on 13 Ghost TV. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And big. Chiggly wig, chiggly. Yeah, maybe. Hello.
I feel like it's time to go on.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, little.
Oh no, the hum is okay.
Okay.
The little. I hear megabits, pixels.
Oh.
Tickle,
No, I don't hear those things.
ziggly watts.
Maybe they're digging in your head.
Could be. Could be. Could be.
Little worms.
Ugh. Maggots. I want to drill inside your head. Good fucking afternoon, America.
Yes, all of America.
All
of you.
America.
And Canada.
And-
And Germany.
Yes.
Because you've listened to our podcast.
You've arrived. Yes. Germany. Fucking Germans love
I
our
know.
podcast. How are you? Good afternoon, young
I'm
man.
doing all right, my
That's
man.
a pretty
How about
swank
you?
fucking hoodie. you
Oh
have
my
there.
God, let me tell you where I got this. I got this from our friends at Street Equities.
Bing! Where you can customize your life. Customize apparel made for you to order. Nothing's in stock. Everything's made to order.
You know the best thing about Street Equities?
What is it?
Is that you don't have to have a minimum order for Street
No,
Equities.
you don't.
If you need 12 shirts, they'll give you 12 shirts. If you need
12 shirts.
15 hand towels, they'll give you 15 hand towels.
Absolutely.
You know how some places you have to order like 50 to 100 and stuff like that to get a decent price?
There are
Not at Street
no
Equities.
minimums. No minimum orders, folks. So jump on this now while it's too late.
No, it's not too late.
Never too late.
Head on over to streetequities.com. Customize your life.
Absolutely. And hosted on Street Equities, you will always catch an episode of Two Bros Podcast on streetequities.com. Check it out. Head on over to streetequities.com. Now. Meow.
Well, not now. Just watch the podcast.
Watch
first.
podcast now and then
And
head
then
over
when you're
there
done, head over to Street Equities.
and go make a t-shirt.
Because if you haven't ordered your t-shirt yet, this next 90 minutes ain't going to make a damn difference.
Won't make a difference, and we cannot fuel the fire.
That's right.
So how are you? Good afternoon.
Doing all right, man.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good win for the Yankees.
Good win. 7-0.
Great.
Looked awesome, man. Looked dominant.
I'm not a fan. However, I enjoy a good game.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be fucking, it was like nail biting.
It was a text, and it was also, if you're a Yankee fan and if you followed the Yankees during the course of the year, this was like a textbook win. This was like everything that
Technical.
everything that was like the way that they've built their team. That's how they won.
Well, it seems to me that every one of my friends was telling me that the Houston Astros had no data to compare. Like the Yankees is like kind of new. They have like a new roster, so to speak. That,
Well, I mean,
that they didn't
compared-
play up against them last year.
Compared to a couple years ago, right? Because the last time these two teams faced each other in the playoffs was 2 years ago, when Houston won their World Series.
Went to a Game 7. Is that correct?
Went to a Game 7, yeah.
Ooh.
Took them to a Game 7. So this is a newer roster. We have newer.
Okay.
You know, it's a little. I think it's a stronger roster. I think they're a better team, clearly.
Wow.
And it's going to be fun, man. You know, regardless of what
love it.
happens, you know, I
Yeah.
think the Yankees are going to take it, but this is going to be fun. And as long as I see some good, as long as at the end of it we could say that, man, we saw some great games.
Yeah.
And we're part of it. Can't hate it. But yeah, I think the Yankees are going to take it. I think it's going to take 7
Wow.
games, though. I think
Dope.
it's going to take all 7 games.
Dope.
'Cause Houston's not, you know, they might have not looked good the other day, but if you watch baseball, you know that they're not a team to fuck around with. So
Then- okay. So
very
they're-
well tonight they could come out and just say, hey, look, fuck this, and just yak all over and just shit on the doorstep before you leave. So that you have
Are
to
they still
walk.
in New York? Or are they?
No, they're in Houston.
In Houston.
They play this game
okay.
in Houston. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be the games in Yankee Stadium.
Here in Yankee Stadium. Okay, so the pandemonium will be in full effect. Stands will be packed.
Yes.
Indeed, I'm sure. You know what is packed? It's
Tell me.
Two Bros Podcast, episode 78.
Dot!
We're packed with lots of fun and for everyone.
Fun for
everyone.
Fun,
Busy
fun,
couple of
fun and
weeks.
fun.
We took off last week. Had some
Yeah.
family issues to attend.
You know, stuff.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens way too often at a young age. Funerals suck.
Out in Maryland, right?
Yeah, nice drive. Oddly enough, coming home. Waze, by the way, if you don't use Waze, you know, it's a great app.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know how to, like any of the navigation apps. You use navigation?
I use the Google Maps.
Google Map. Okay.
I use the Google Maps. I don't use the Waze every once in a while. I have my issues with Waze.
So this is what I was going to say is that if you're not, it's like a bitch. It's like you, if you don't know how to smack your bitch, right, and tell her what to do and say, listen, bitch, listen, I don't want to go that fucking way. You got to DMX her a little bit, you know. This is so true. Waze will bitch slap you and send you down some place you don't want to be. So you have to use it and get familiar with it, or else it'll just lead you astray.
Yeah.
So I'm that way with Google Maps because I don't use it enough, and it takes me. Yeah, fucking walk this way, motherfucker. Yeah, you walk that way. Keep walking, keep walking. Where's the fucking?
Wait,
place?
I just passed it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, man, I do that shit all the time. But they say this to say, coming from the DMV, as they say, you know what the DMV is?
No.
DC, Maryland,
Oh,
Virginia.
okay.
That's like their tri-state.
Okay.
They call that the
gotcha,
DMV.
Gotcha. That's what
And they've made it a thing. Like it's very popular now when you say
DMV.
I'm in the DMV.
I live in the DMV. It's kind of like saying you live in the tri-state.
Yeah.
Kind of okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think we should kick Connecticut the fuck out of the tri-state. They don't belong in this. They're not. They don't participate at any point. Who the fuck put Connecticut in the tri-state? They need to be gone.
Well, I thought it was New York, Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
No,
because
it's always been New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
Yes. Okay.
We should.
Yes, it has been Connecticut.
We should
You're
put
right.
PA in it.
Why? Because there's more and more people are more like the Philly, South Jersey.
I agree.
Type thing. That seems to be more affiliated with the tri-state. I agree with you.
Because Connecticut wants to be New England. Like they want to be.
Yes.
They want to be this.
Right.
New England.
Right.
Town.
They want to be this hybrid.
They don't want to be fucking part of the tri-state. So
They want to wait to see which train moves faster, and then they'll hop on that train and say, "Hey, we're New York. Hey, we're New England.
Fuck you. PA, you're in.
Connecticut, get the fuck out of the tri-state."
Yeah, Pennsylvania deserves a lot more cred than fucking Connecticut. Connecticut. They want to be up there with Boston and
Boston and
Rhode
New Hampshire
Island,
and all that. When I said,
those fuckers up there. No offense to any of the hard motherfuckers from Hartford or New Haven.
There are some places where you got to look around the corner. You just got to.
I listen. I hold no reserve to any of you gangster fuckers. I'm talking about the yuppies. Just just to say who like, yo, let's go over to Hartford today and go to a bar or something. Never.
No.
You will say let's go to Jersey to watch a game. You will say let's go. Oh, I went to Jersey for whatever.
Yeah.
Great Adventures.
Right.
Something. You don't go to fucking Connecticut for anything.
No.
Nothing.
You don't.
It's a bitch. You guys are gone.
Done.
I say this to say...
It's official now.
It's official.
Connecticut's out of the tri-state. Let's make a note of that.
Out of the tri-state. Because the DMV, they're really punching it. They got this Maryland, D.C., Virginia connection, and I like the unity of it.
Uh-huh.
I say this to say that on Waze, we came home.
Okay.
And Waze said, go this way or whatever else. And,
okay.
My wife will shotgun as far as, just look and then put her head in her game and all that stuff, and then we'll sing a few tunes and
right.
Some Mary J. Blige comes on and she'll keep me awake by
Okay.
But then there's this moment of where are we going? And I'm just following Waze, and she was like, "Did you type in the right address?" And then you second guess yourself.
Second guess yourself.
Did I type in or did I just say McDonald's? Whatever. And so now you're too busy driving. I can't. That's what a shotgun is for, right? The person next to you is supposed to handle all that shit and boop, 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 here, set you up, feed me my fucking bagel and hand it, the driving shotgun.
I'll do the rough work. You do all the...
drive.
You do...
Feed me. Just put French fries in my mouth, from time to time. No ketchup necessary. So I take down Route 50 over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. which seemed to be longer to me years ago. Now it's not nothing. It was like was like a extended Verrazano. I mean, it used to be a long bridge. I remember.
It seemed like it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I remember it being fucking pretty scary crossing that thing. Well, I had a Geo Tracker at the time, and the wind would.
Yeah, and your shit would slide.
Fucking holding on in the middle, trying to stay in the middle, and.
It's when we didn't realize that cars needed to be heavy. We thought, hey, we can make these things lighter. It's like, no, we can't. It's flying in the fucking wind.
A flying car. Look at that. No, he fucking flew off the bridge.
Yeah.
And I took Route 50 all the way to a little town in Delaware, some podunk town in Delaware. It was like a Texas Roadhouse and a strip mall, and all these stores and stuff. No like real streets inside, just all highway, off the side of the road. Like they built this town out of in the middle of the parkway, and it's like
a stop, like a stop.
Like a stop for me because we stopped for
well, I mean,
Dunkin'
but
Donuts.
it's built for a stop. To stop.
But it was thriving. It was tons of people around. I mean, it was like, where's everybody going? It's a fucking Monday night.
Oh, okay.
And the restaurant was packed. This Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
I guess maybe it was one horse town. Like only thing in the town. But I mean, it was a big strip mall with tons of stores and everything else. And Middletown, Delaware. Shout out to Middletown, Delaware. Stopped in there and like everything looks brand new. Like Dunkin' Donuts was. I was like, we don't have this. What is this? They had taps.
Oh, you've never seen those?
No.
Oh, those taps of ice cold? Yes.
Yeah, all the cold. I was like,
the cold brews and whatnot.
I'm in heaven now.
Yes.
By the way, the sample came in for the cup. We'll look at.
Oh.
I don't think it's what I think it is.
Okay.
It came though.
Okay.
And I took Route 50 all the way. It was a nice drive, but we were supposed to gas up before.
Okay.
And so there's this unwanted pressure of looking at that needle,
like saying,
"Fuck, are we gonna make it?" It's like no place to stop here. And then I saw a sign. It was like a little bit below a quarter tank, and I was like, "Look, we can't. We can't get past, a certain level, even though the car will tell you, those hey, you're reserve or whatever else." But it's just that eerie fucking feeling, like it's like, oh shit, and you're looking, and the road is just not ending.
What time of day was it?
6:15, close to 7, and you see the sun just dropping.
So this is it.
This is it.
All the vampires are going to be coming out.
Oh my god! All we see is cows, silos, cornfields. Beautiful, beautiful scenery to drive down. If you ever get the chance to drive to Maryland, go the Route 50 way if you have time for the drive. But it cut the drive by 30 minutes.
Okay.
So when I looked that way, I was like, oh shit! Oh, I'm going to go that way. It's cheaper, less time. But it's not an interstate. It's a route.
It's a route.
So you're subject to local police.
Right.
Those motherfuckers, depending on their mood.
Depending on the mood, exactly.
Depending on their mood and what mom and pa
exactly.
cook. Or if they, and so it was just weird, but it was beautiful. The beach was on the right and all the farms on the left. I remember this route, but I just don't remember it being that beautiful.
Okay.
I guess the sun, the way that everything just happened, I was like, this is a fucking beautiful drive.
This is a beautiful spot.
Beautiful fucking drive. Nothing but shores, along the Maryland shores. Tons of little boat towns, crab shacks, as you keep passing them. And you're on a local road, so it's stoplights and everything else. But I drove this thing for 40 miles, 40 or 50 miles or so. Nothing but pure farm and boats. Like nice combination.
Nice combination, yeah.
Nice drive down Route 50.
But did you gas up?
We finally got to this Delaware, which is the end of my wife. Finally, civilization. We come off this highway, and it's like, you see the signs: gas, fuel, food, and okay, let's go there. And we get off and find a Dunkin' Donuts, and she's like, "Okay, we're in civilization. There's a Dunkin' Donuts here." And then there's gas station and all that stuff. Fueled up, out of there.
Your wife and my wife are kind of the same when it comes to things like that.
Is that right?
Like they it's Dunkin' Donuts, or there's my wife's that way. Like when she wants coffee, she's got to see a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we went on vacation, we were in Greece.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to drink any coffee until we found a Starbucks. She's
That's
like,
the
there's a
best
Starbucks.
coffee.
I'm like, what are you talking about? We're in Greece. Why are you drinking Starbucks in Greece?
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. It's like it's that comfort thing. It's that comfort. You don't have to like explain anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through that little, banter you go through when you're in a different
That's
place.
traveling.
But that's part of it.
That's part of the travel. My buddies at Daryl's celebrating his anniversary. Daryl and Deandra, and his birthday, of course.
Oh, congratulations!
50th birthday. I think he's
Woo!
50.
Welcome to the club.
No, maybe he's 50. Daryl's older than that. Shout out TMP Cage. He's celebrating in Aruba for his birthday.
Okay.
And his anniversary, kind of all in one. And wedding. They just got married. And he's like,
oh, they're celebrating.
No, I'm sorry, celebrating their honeymoon.
This is their
honeymoon,
so
not anniversary.
Anniversary, and they just got married. It's kind of You need some time.
Well, some people celebrate their anniversary and then go on the honeymoon. Like they take the whole year and then.
Well, some people never get to go on a honeymoon.
Yeah, they never get to go on. That's what happened. They didn't go and they said, "We'll wait till his birthday." And they I get a summons.
Gotcha.
But the point is beautiful, sending pictures and stuff. And he's like, "Man, I'm taking my Fire Stick and watch all my movies, catch up on." Nigga, you are in Aruba. There's nothing to watch but sand and drinks and luau's and fucking shows at night and and fireplaces and fucking that kind of shit.
That's what you do when you're recuperating from the hangover.
Yes.
Then you throw on the Fire Stick.
I know that very well.
Recuperate by lunchtime. By the time lunchtime hits, get your ass out and go do your thing. I can understand. In the morning, you got to recover. Yes.
Yeah, like these little rainy days. Those are the best times to catch up on you know, all Netflix and all that other stuff and stuff like that. So, Yankees gonna do well. It's gonna be a great series. They play again tonight.
It's gonna be a great series. Yeah, they play Game 2 tonight.
Game 2. Okay, back in Houston, and NBA is kicked off. Lots of excitement with this kid, Zion.
Okay.
Really showing up. I mean, looking very powerful. I don't know if he could sustain this power. This.
Well, it's going to be a long season. He's used to 30, 35 games.
Yeah.
So he's going to hit this wall, and now you got to learn how to deal with the wall. And that's something that everybody, once you become, from college to pro, that's the transition you got to make. How do you keep yourself physically ready?
I think if he has the correct training with the people that stay on him and no days off, no cheeseburger days, no cheat days,
right?
He'll be all right.
Well, yeah, but you got to go through it though. You still got to go through it to figure out what it is, because there's only so much training you can do before you realize what it is. I was watching some preseason basketball. Yeah. And as you know, I'm not as big a basketball fan.
Right.
To me, preseason basketball does not look any different than basketball.
No.
Now correct me if I'm wrong.
You are 100% correct.
Because I'll watch football and I'll look at exhibition football and say, okay, this is exhibition football. I'll look at minor league baseball or preseason baseball, and I'll say, okay, this is preseason baseball, this is minor league baseball. I can't do that with basketball. I can't look at a basketball game and say, wait a minute, is this preseason or is this regular season?
Because it might as well be regular season. I think the key to that is the roster. Okay, so if you don't have the stars playing, like if LeBron's not on the...
Right.
But now, this year has been so much hype, and guys are locked in and ready to go. Like LeBron's locked in.
Yeah.
Like, he's locked in. Him, Rondo, Dwight Howard,
this was his
Unibrow.
This was his first offseason in a long time, hasn't it? Since he's been in the league,
right? Yeah, no
this
playoffs.
He's had that extra 6 weeks.
So he's locked in. You could see it in his face. That Laker team looks fun. Like they look like they're having fun, but there's also some huge accountability I'm seeing there. I'm seeing LeBron like, yo, do your job. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing mine. And what's this kid? The unibrow. Antonio Davis. Looking fucking like a monster. This guy's shoulders are like a flat screen TV. Like he's huge. He's immense. And Zion is definitely sure. The Knicks are looking fun, young. They got Morris, one of the Morris twins.
Okay.
He's already taking no shit and really punking dudes. He's like the Oakley, like the yeah. Oh, it's great. He's bopping guys in the head with the ball, doing tricks, and we got fined for it, by the way. But he bopped this kid on the head with the ball playing Washington. It's like, yeah, he threw it, like faked him and boop, hit him on his head. I was like, oh shit. So immediately the t-shirts started coming out. Everybody's like, dude, I want that on a shirt. And we got the Knicks Take No Shit shirt coming. Take No Shit, yeah.
It's always good to start off like that.
It is.
Because you got to learn, because I think it's great if you can start off like that, but then learn how to like pull it back.
Yeah.
As opposed to learn how to be tougher. I don't think you can learn how to put your foot on the gas. I think you got to put your foot on the gas and then learn, you know what, there's sometimes you got to take your foot off the pedal a little bit and just and just chill. I think that's an easier transition than knowing when to like, put your foot on the pedal and get a little harder. Absolutely.
And then we got our friend Moses Brown on the Portland Trailblazers right now, fighting for that spot. You can't teach height, man. 7 feet, is something to have if you have the facility to work with him. He's a good kid, good, well-rounded kid. Could use some more lion, some more dog, some more, He's such a good kid that I don't think he has that mean streak in him that would give him that edge, especially coming from New York. You come from New York, people think you have that already.
Yeah.
And they test you and go, oh.
No.
Baby shit,
Ooh, baby shit.
So, but
he tastes like mushed peas.
He's gotten so. I've seen him get better. From Malloy days. From just give me the ball, throw it in, to some footwork, some moves, and his stamina. Running up and down the court and boxing. I'm working with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's fucking great. He was at UCLA. Kareem's like, this is my new protege. Taking credit for him. So good luck to Moses Brown if he makes the cut. I hope so. Some team could use 7 feet. I mean,
like I said, you can't teach 7 foot. So if you can use 7 foot.
And then in controversy, the Houston Rockets were in controversy for mentioning their displeasure with political views.
The owner.
Yes.
The owner. Yeah.
The GM.
Excuse me.
The GM wasn't the owner, but the GM of the team. And this thing spun out into a well, the NBA doesn't believe in Adam Silver had to, and there's so much they're pulling things like people are like, we're good, pulling out of this, and so that's a little alarming to me. Like,
listen, the NBA's in it for the money.
Absolutely,
they're in it for the check.
Yes,
but at the same time, if they get called out on stuff, and people start saying, "Hey, look, do you realize who you're getting your check from?"
Okay.
And I think the criticism, in my opinion, is legit.
Yeah.
I think it's legit criticism.
I agree.
Because when you have people, like I saw this one thing where like somebody was chanting something at a game, like, free China or something, or free the people of China at a game, and they got escorted out of the building. And this was a game that was in China. And this was an NBA game that was in China. Yes. And so that begs the question, wait a minute, is the NBA... Are you supporting that? Like, if they said that at an NBA game in Oakland, would you have a problem with that? And the answer is probably no. So then, why is it? Why? Like, if you're getting your check from a totalitarian regime, in a sense.
Well, true, very true, very true. I mean, I think it's like everything else we always mention. The intention was never to be bad. The intention was
The intention was to spread basketball and to make some money.
Make
some money doing it.
And also, like when you see these games in like London and they go out there with this specific message to say, look, Mr. Owner, buy a fucking team, build a stadium.
Right.
This is what you get.
Right.
This is what we bring. We bring this crowd. We bring this euphoria. We bring merch. We bring shirts. We bring hot dogs and all kinds of crazy shit.
But England's different than China.
100%. And when you have, a communist regime, in a country that says what you can and can't do, it's a little bit disheartening to know, like, you have to go through the government to get your shit.
To get your shit. And there's no guarantee that they're not going to steal your shit. There's no guarantee that they're not, when they leave, there's going to be NBA jerseys all over fucking China, and everybody's going to buy them, and the NBA ain't going to make a goddamn dollar off of it. So...
Oh, Shaq Fu.
That's what they do.
Shaq Fu.
That's exactly. That's what they do.
Shaq Fu. Yeah,
you have a premier who said that hey, if people protest on the street, well, we could just run them over with the tanks. So,
damn.
So, this is what you get. Like what's the phrase? If you sleep with dogs, don't be upset when you wake up with fleas. So. You've woken up with a flea, so now you gotta manage. You gotta manage your way through it.
Yeah,
so.
Well, it's got merit. I mean, there's a lot. I just don't like the political play against it. It does.
Yeah.
The fans don't want that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the people, they forget that it's fan based, right? And so the fans don't really give a shit about those things. They want some enjoyment or some release, you know.
You're true, but at the same time, when you leave and you go out to you know, the police telling you what to do, you know, and be arrested, you know, not just a matter of, hey, don't cross the street here or some shit like that. Hey, you said this, come with us, type stuff. You know, now maybe the NBA could be a catalyst to say, hey, look, you know what? If you kind of change your ways, you could probably have some more of this, and you can have.
I think that's the intention.
You know,
I mean, that's the idea, is to try to show them how they boost their economy.
Like you can boost your economy. You know, let's not crack people over the heads all the time. And there's really no reason to throw this dude in jail because he said he doesn't like you. That's really not a reason to throw people in jail.
Well, you know, there was a year back, I think, when Knicks dissed Carmelo, maybe 2 years back, and there were people standing outside like, hey, you fucking support the Knicks, you crossed this line, you fucked up, you know, like
what?
People outside Madison Square Garden, like, we're boycotting this fucking Knicks.
Oh, boycotting the Knicks.
Yeah, like boycotting them. They suck. They make, and as long as they keep selling tickets, they, you know,
okay,
they're never. So don't you cross this line, you got a problem, you know.
Oh, okay.
That's fuck.
Going.
Yeah, you come with your nigga. You're still a fan. Right. True blood fans come in. They don't know about the political protests, right? Right. They come. Hey, I bought tickets. Nah, man, you can't come.
Okay. So that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so that's kind of the feeling of this thing with China. Where the people come and they're like, hey, we're ready for some basketball. Basketball. Supplies.
Oh shit.
Supplies.
Oh, just
no basketball for you.
I'll forward you the email we get after this one. Just
hey guys, take it easy on me. But this is how I feel inside. Oh shit.
Oh what? Yes, but it's become a political issue where they didn't want it to, but
it sucks.
They kind of like bought it, so
yeah.
You know, you kind of have to. Yeah, you bought it, so now you got to deal with it.
Yeah, you bought it. You broke the egg open, and now you can't put it back. You got to
scramble it. You got to eat it. You got to put it. You got to put it over your rice.
Or fry it.
You got to fry it.
Fry it, or cook it, or scramble it.
Oh.
What else is up? What's happening in the? So did you see?
Tell me.
Joker?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, I did.
What?
Yes, I did.
Fucking time bomb.
First of all, I think it was like there's. Yeah. And then there's that shit that Joaquin Phoenix did. That was just from a guy who's like considers himself like an acting snob.
Yeah.
That was about as masterful as a thing you could do.
I think he was fully engulfed in it. He just bit the fuck. Somehow everybody keeps saying that when you play the fucking Joker, you have to be the Joker. Like you
have to bite it.
You have to bite it. Every one of them that. Listen.
According to the director, though, who deserves as much props as he gets, director Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips, yeah.
He said that on set, that's one of the things that he had a concern about. But he said on set, everybody was laughing. Yeah. And you know, and just like regular dudes. And then he'd get the call, say, hey, Joaquin, they're going to need you in 5 minutes. And he was ready. Yeah. So it wasn't, at least in that regard, it wasn't this carryover. Like he wasn't some crazy dude. Hey, can you take the makeup off, bro? We have to drive through. So, you know, it wasn't that type of thing.
If for those of you who have not seen it,
gotta see it.
Gotta go see the Joker.
Gotta go see the movie. And I know everybody has there, and I know you probably do. You have your, you know, you have your ways of seeing things and stuff like that. I'd pay the money to go see it.
Yeah.
Pay this man.
Oh no,
pay the dude.
It's very, very well worth it. You know, I'm sitting a movie myself, guy. You know, myself. You know, right here we have a beautiful theater, nice comfy seats, and it was like I had to pee, and I was like, I'm ready to just piss on myself
because I'm not leaving.
I cannot move because this fucking guy is gonna explode. And
it's worth pissing on yourself.
Oh my god.
That's the best review right there. Joker is worth pissing on yourself. Don't get up.
Man, what a and then I saw the what's the director's name? Smith.
Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips. I saw his. I don't know if you've seen his. He does a recap of some scenes and he draws out.
Oh yeah. What was like legit and what they added
what was CGI'd in. And the running scene when he ran through the slide, that slide was fucking priceless. He was like, he said, but the stunt double.
That was a stunt dude.
Yeah, he said, but Joaquin's run was this goofy,
which
fucking,
I love too. I love that. I love that run. It was like a run of like desperation. It was,
and I really liked the clown corralling of the army. You know, that just became. Okay, so when you go to the other Batman, right, and the Batman movies, you wonder like, where does he get these followers from? How does he get this? And then I was wondering that the whole time, like, how does this fucking guy in a one-room apartment get the fucking clout that he had later? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, knowing that he's this badass maniacal with bombs and weapons and all kinds of gadgets and shit. And I'm like, how can they bridge there? How does that happen? And they slowly unwinded this fucking. It was like one of those crank boxes, one of those fucking Jack in the Box shits.
No, this was a masterpiece. And another, there's several things that I think that could be pointed out about this movie. One of them was, at the end, to me anyway. Yeah. You sort of get to the realization, because certain things are happening in a certain way, and I don't want to give away too much, but you should go see the movie. And actually, this is not one of those things where like if you say something, it's going to disappoint the movie. No, the movie itself, and the movie is not for everybody. No. I can say that right off the bat.
Most of my friends won't get
Some people are not going to like this movie. No.
It's not enough action for them.
It's not enough action. It is a slow grind. You have to pay attention because it makes references and it forces you to challenge what you saw and said. Yep. Because one of the things that you have to remember, or one of the things that comes to light, is that the Joker is not a reliable character. He is not always telling the truth. He's not a reliable narrator of the story. Oh. So, in other words...
different perspective.
What we're seeing, we're not really sure if this is what is actually happening, or if this is his perception of what is happening. You get my feeling?
I got you. Yeah, and I didn't think of it that way.
Because there's certain things in here that didn't happen. Right. But he thinks they happened. You understand?
I do.
So...
I don't know what you're speaking, but
the relationship.
The mother?
No.
Yes.
Right. It never happened.
I got it.
So, if that's the case, then everything he says has to come into question. Everything he says,
because he's motivated by something else.
He's motivated by something else. So everything he says, you have to say, well, wait a minute. Is that?
Like, you're doing this
really the case, or is that because the truth has never been a part of his thing? His mother's lied to him the whole time, right? And we actually don't really know the truth about that, but it's speculated that that's the case. I like how they made Thomas Wayne a dick. Like, he wasn't this altruistic human being. He was an asshole. He was a jerk.
He was a fucking billionaire.
He was a jerk.
It's like, dude, beat it, fucker. Like, fuck out of here. It didn't happen.
And I read this shitty review on the Joker.
Come
there was so many shitty
How
reviews.
Is it possible?
No, there was a lot of them, but there was a couple. There was one in which, it said it doesn't reward you for the feeling it gives you in the film with anything uplifting at the end. It just lets you know that it's downtrodden. Huh? And so my response to that was, okay, well, number one, do you know what movie you're seeing? Yeah. Number one, and number two, right? It's sort of like you have to. It rewards you for knowing the story. Yeah. Because what you see is, and once again, I might be giving away something, but fuck it.
Spoiler alert.
Go see it. Yeah. It takes things so far down to a level that it shows you the birth of the savior.
Oh, I had the fucking aha moment of all. And then the pearl snatch, because I was worried about that. I was worried about how that happened, and fucking.
It just linked everything. It didn't escape from it.
No.
It didn't run away from it.
It didn't stray away.
It didn't stray away from it.
It didn't go off on a tangent.
And it showed you that things are, oh my God, things are actually worse. But It actually showed you this is how bad it had to get because now your savior is sort of born now.
Yeah.
Now the guy who's going to rescue you is born because of it.
Wow.
But I got to see it again because now that you see it,
yeah,
and that you see certain things, now you want to go back and say, okay, wait a minute. If this happened, what does that mean about the front and stuff? And it's like so oppressiff. It's like it leans over you. It's like
a fucking dark cloud.
Beautiful fucking movie. It's very reminiscent of Taxi Driver.
Okay, yeah, I can see the mental side of Taxi Driver where this whole thing's going on in his head.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, yeah, it's a good analogy.
Oh, beautiful fucking movie. Beautiful fucking movie.
What a great job. For those of you looking for a comic book movie or a whispering Batman. Why did you move the car? Who's whispering?
Where is he?
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm scared. Yeah, if you're looking for that, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the superhero, super villain even.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to fucking call this. This was a fucking Creedmoor movie. This should be the premiere should have been in Creedmoor. Like should have showed it at Arkham. Man, what? I have tons of questions that anyway. Great fucking movie.
Yes.
Great fucking movie. I did see another movie that was really great, and I don't know enough about it, like the actors and I just stumbled on a movie. It's The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh yes, I wanted to see that.
I
wanted to see that. I saw advertisement for it. Yes, it had like a limited, like a very independent release.
It was an independent film.
Yeah.
It showed up in TIFF in Toronto at the Toronto Film Festival. I believe it was written by a black guy and his friend or whatever else. Man, what a great fucking movie. The score was beautiful. It's about a guy who kind of a loser. Him and his buddy, they just like grown up in San Francisco. They lived there all their life. They see it changing. They see it gentrifying. He keeps passing by his old house where he grew up, but it's long lost in the family.
Okay.
His father lost it, foreclosed, bought. Now it's $4 million and blah, blah, blah. And white people live there. And he comes to the house and he paints and he fixes stuff. And the lady's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I told you, stop coming around here, dude. Like,
okay. All
right, enough's enough. This is breaking and entering. We'll call the cops on you, And he's like, yeah, but you're not taking care of... Look, my grandfather built this house and blah, 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 blah. And it goes on this path of his buddy who's like this kind of nerdy, geeky writer, drawer. He just draws everything he sees. And then he's like... But he's awkward. He doesn't know how to curse and fuck you, nigga. And he's like contemplating the how to say, yo, what's up, bro?
Okay.
Like how to be tough. And it's a very interesting movie. It will not satisfy you with action or anything like that, but it will. You have to really get into these guys and these two characters. And the whole time, for some reason, thinking of Thomas and his San Francisco story, I'm wondering if these guys are gay. Because they're too fucking... And I think they did this on purpose. I think they did this on purpose to make sure that you want to ask that question. They're sleeping in the same room together, but he's on the floor and he's bunking where he's homeless, And they're very loving to each other, like very affectionate and friend. And the guys in the street is like, yo, it's a feminine shit. They have flowers, and you see them walking holding flowers they picked up from a garden.
Okay,
like really weird shit that you'd be like, wait, hold on, man. And it never gets to that part. Like it doesn't satisfy that question. Even if you ask it, if you're an asshole like me and go, wait, San Francisco, two black guys riding on a skateboard together. I don't know how the fuck you can do that.
Okay.
Share a skateboard. And they were that close to each other, like on the skateboard. And they were skating in unison. Great fucking movie. Shot very well. I got to go see who the director is. And I just stumbled upon it. I didn't think anything of it. And I just got hooked into it. But it was shot well. And more importantly, the score was fucking dope. Like it just had this kind of classic opera... themey music to it, and it just built up and rise until the explosion.
Okay.
Where the guy he did a play, and in this house, and it's just a great master.
Did it play in the house?
Yeah, in his house.
Okay.
They took over. They squatted. They went to the house after
okay.
the people moved out, and they squatted in the house, put furniture in it, and made it like it was theirs. They act like they lived there, and they were like, "Yo, you guys own this fucking place?" And it's like, "Yeah, it's our house," you know. And he was trying to get the lights turned on. It was really, really a disconnected movie where he's so detached from the reality. Like, look, this shit costs. Like, you have to pay for shit. You can't just. And the whole notion was similar to like what you said with the Joker. And I'm gonna spoil it because people may not see it if they don't. You know. The whole notion was that his grandfather built this house and his grandfather didn't build the house. It was built in the 1800s. You know, it was an old, and even tourists came by on Segways and they were like, "Nope, I beg to differ, young man. No one was building this type of." He was like, "My grandfather, something Fields and Fales, John Fales or whatever. That's the name. He's third generation, and he had this story, and his whole ambition was going on the fact that his grandfather built this house with his bare hands.
Okay.
But it wasn't true.
And
his father was like, "Man, that's what you thinking about? Fuck. We bought this house. We couldn't pay the loan and foreclosed. It's just a house, man." He's like, "It's not just a house. Not, you know." He's thinking of all this dream.
So he attached. He almost, in a sense, attached something to it to give it value for himself.
And his buddy who was writing the play and doing all the stuff, the geeky guy, he found out. He went to the real estate agent. He found out. He was like, "Dude, this is the architect. This is the people here. Your boy's father didn't build this fucking house. His grandfather didn't build it. It was built in the 1800s. Unless he's fucking 1,000 years old, he didn't build it." And he knew that was this kid's only hope.
To believe that.
And so he wanted to tell him that it's not true. Like, you're doing this for nothing. Like, all your ambition to do this and your thrive and your gumption is based on something that's not real. Like the Joker, you know.
That's an interesting psychological thing.
Yes.
Like if believing in the lie sort of got you moving in a certain direction that you wouldn't have got into if you would have known the truth.
If you'd known the truth. Right.
That's interesting. No, I wanted to see that. I'm glad you said that because it's a movie.
Awesome.
I saw it in previews and just never got around to seeing it. So yeah, that's probably one I got to peep.
It's definitely one of those movies that you would. It's definitely one of those Academy movies that like would win something.
They would win awards and stuff like that.
And people would look at it and go, that like Moonlight, like Moonlight.
Right.
It's that type of feeling. Like it has this like, what the fuck's happening here?
Right.
What's going on? You know, and you buy into the characters. This kid is going to be a good actor. There's two black guys in it. They're going to be great. I'm sorry, I don't know their names. So.
Somebody always told me when I was like doing my like theater thing, like what drives a story? Is it character or plot? And I've always said it's character.
It's character.
Character. Yeah. You have to care about who you have to have some feeling about that person or those group of people.
Yeah.
For anything to care for. If you don't give a shit about them, then it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's useless.
Like what happens.
Yeah.
The character is the thing that drives through. Yeah.
Yeah, but what a good feel good movie. There is some drama, like is hood stuff in it. Guy gets killed, you know. Neighbor. There's this crossover between and Danny Glover's in it. Danny Glover's his father, his grandfather. Mike Epps is like the guy who sleeps in his car, and you know, it's a good movie, man. I'm shocked. I was so shocked. I love when I find these movies that are just like I didn't have any preconceived notion about it. I read the title and said, what's this about?
Nice.
Last Black Man in San Francisco.
That's good.
And shout out to those guys, man. I'll give them some credit later.
We'll put the credit on the back. You can read it here.
Read it here.
Now that I did this, you have to do it. Sorry. Huh. I did that.
Here.
You got it.
There.
Read it here.
Here. So what else is going on? Miles is man, he's just growing so fast.
He's growing. He's walking. He like talks like he has conversations. Like he can.
Combo with Miles is awesome.
He does that thing. His latest thing is now he says what it sounds like come. Like he'll give he'll hand you a book and say come. You know. My wife seems to think he's saying gum. But I don't know
why
when
would he say? Why would he say it?
Well, I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
why would he say come? Just
Yeah, but if come
makes more sense.
Yeah, come to me.
Come.
Because you'd say it to him.
Yes.
Come.
Well, it's come.
Yeah.
Come. I have to like check myself sometimes because every once in a while, you think you're talking to like an inanimate object, and you forget you're talking to your son. So
Yeah.
you say, "Hey, come! No, stop!
Right.
No,
Right.
no." I say, "Hey, just that's a
Talk regular.
human being. Talk like a fucking." And he's not listening to you.
Right.
He's not. He's just.
When you startle them with the
Right.
with those blurts, they
Right.
they freeze.
He has no idea what you're saying,
Right.
so he'll look at you for a second and then just go back to doing whatever the fuck he was doing.
Right.
He's like, "What?" Psst, man, and just
I noticed that with Casper with the puppy. Sometimes it's like, hey, and he's just like, whoa,
what?
the fuck you jiggling about? What are
I
you
was doing something.
Yeah. So then I just talk regular to him, and then I'm like, nah, we'll go eat your food, man.
He's all right.
Just go fucking eat.
What did he say? Oh, he's talking about some
Nah,
bullshit.
he's talking about some bullshit. So when you, hey, yo, no. It's like, fuck is this guy uttering?
You sometimes you forget that, like, you know, you don't necessarily have to talk to anybody differently. Talk to them like a child.
Indeed.
Talk to them like a child. Speaking of children, you know, something bothered me when I was in the bar.
Ooh.
I went to the bar one time, and these people walked in.
Yeah.
You know, two guys,
Okay.
female, sat down. They were gonna eat. So what do you want? They looked at the menu. Let's see. Let's get some chicken fingers. I have a big problem with adults ordering chicken fingers.
Do you?
Especially, yes.
Why?
I don't know.
What's
Because I
wrong
think it's
with-
something that I give my kid. So I think if you're an adult, there's certain things you should be abandoning. One of them is ketchup.
I love ketchup.
Two is chicken fingers, especially when you're going out to eat.
Okay.
No more chicken fingers. Get a chicken sandwich. Get you some wings if you want chicken. Get chicken in a salad or whatever. Chicken fingers is kind of like what you're convincing a kid, okay, look, I'll give you some protein, but I got to wrap it up in fried shit.
Yeah, but that's if they're shaped like fucking dinosaurs or you know, they're nuggety or they're fun shaped or whatever else.
No.
So when you get some nice chicken tenders, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Once you hit 28, no more chicken
Honey
fingers
mustard
and tenders.
sauce?
No.
Come on.
No more. No more.
John.
No more ordering. No. That's it.
No boneless wings?
No boneless wing. There's no such thing as a boneless wing.
Okay. That you've had it. You've got the authority on it right now. I did order from a place I was working and said, you know, I wanted something different for lunch, and I said, you know what, let me just order some Uber Eats. I had a big budget to finish in. And I was like, I can't go out, and because if I break my day, it's like, fuck, I'll go to the shop and I'll start making shirts. And I said, let me just order something. And I scrolled down Uber Eats, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I want. Like, I wanted something different.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let me see, less than 25. I don't know if you've ever used Uber Eats. They give you the proximity.
That's
Time
25 minutes?
25 minutes.
Okay.
Like under 25 minutes, or you could, some of them are like an hour away.
Okay.
They tell you, and it's pretty damn close. I mean, they do a pretty good job at it. And then I found this place here called the Chimichurri Cafe. And I was like, okay, it's a kosher place. There's tons of kosher places around here. And I just scrolled through the menu, and I'm like, it's Portuguese, kosher, Spanish, and it's fucking all mixed, blended in. But it's a charcoal kitchen. So I was like, oh. So I ordered a Portuguese salad.
Okay.
Portuguese rice bowl salad with rice, grilled corn, pico de gallo,
Okay.
avocado.
Sounds delicious.
It was amazing. It was virtually amazing. And then they had traditional wings. So
Right.
I clicked that. Got some habanero mango sauce they had. I was like, what the fuck? This place is great. So I'm trying to explain to these guys, like, we gotta try it. And it was like, well, they don't like the name of it. What difference does it make? The fucking the grilled chicken had that cold,
char on it. Yeah.
Nice char on it. Shout out to the Chimichurri Cafe.
Sounds yummy, man.
The fucking wings were amazing. Good. I don't know. I just stumbled upon it. You get
man.
lucky.
You stepped out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, you get lucky.
You stepped out of the comfort zone and it worked out. Amazing when that shit happens.
I didn't order chicken fingers.
No, thank God you didn't order any damn chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers. Didn't know you had a fucking. You keep looking at it, but
yeah, I know.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
What the hell was that?
I clunked. Sorry.
No,
I clunked.
So other than that, I found a new spot to eat. And then what else happened? What else happened?
Were you in the city this week?
No. Oh, I was in Brooklyn. I was in the city. No, I was in Brooklyn. So we had City Scene, which is a hospitality event, and they picked these weird places. And for even last week, I was in Brooklyn for the Women in Design Awards.
Okay.
A couple of friends that I have, some designers, they got awards, and people flew in all over from everywhere. They're doing a good job of honoring and recognizing women. They had one girl there was the CEO of Michael's, the store,
okay,
the craft store. Yeah, it wasn't a show hotel, which was interesting, and a couple of people from different charities and stuff like that. And it's always good to network. Those are places where I go network, hand out a million cards, and just say, hey, I'm available. I love to work with you. And it was in Brooklyn at the One Hotel. Beautiful, beautiful spot. And then last Friday, I was at City Scene at the Williamsburg Hotel, which is a property I bid on. I didn't get the job, but I know the owner and everything else. And it's a cool little hotel. But one of the crazy things about like Williamsburg, and again, this is Waze. I was contemplating on. I said, nah, I'm gonna be drinking and this and that. I don't want to drive.
Right.
But Brooklyn is like it's like Queens. It's like,
yeah, it's kind of like you almost have to drive.
Yeah, it's like you know what? Let me just drive. And I took Waze, and it took me. You've been to Williamsburg lately? It's nothing like It's amazing.
No, it's a different animal.
But it's amazing. The bars are great. There's a lot of cool bars there. Especially Kent Avenue Bar down on Kent. There's a baseball field there right on the water, the amateur league or whatever. And I say this to say that I just put it in Waze, and it took me down LIE, make a left on Greenpoint Avenue.
Okay. Take
Greenpoint Avenue across the little footbridge, and there you are. You're in fucking Williamsburg. Right. And I was like, wait, it takes me so much to get here to the L train, the 14th Street, then run upstairs and catch the Canarsie line and go, and I'm like, what the fuck? This I got there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And parked right on the street. It was
it's one of those things where like it's almost easier to drive than it is.
Yeah.
It's almost easier to drive there from like you did from Queens than to be in Manhattan and to go take the train and shit.
That's what would have happened. So I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn, this is great. Parked right outside of Brooklyn Bowl. I parked right in front of Brooklyn Bowl. Friday night, it was packed. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, this is all right. This is not bad, And
5-6 years ago, that was all like industrial.
I know
stuff.
And this guy who built this building, the Williamsburg Hotel, Toby and Michael, the owners, they had this vision of doing Rosenwach tanks, which Rosenwach tank is all he's the first original wood tank, water tanks on chillers on top of the building. So you see these big water tanks on top of the building. So Rosenwach was here like in the 1800s, and their family owned Brooklyn, right there in Brooklyn. And literally you could see the Rosenwach factory next door to the hotel. So they were like, hey, what a homage to take the water tank and turn it into a fucking club, like a rooftop bar.
Right.
So they obviously re-engineered it and made it like a tank, and it sits above the hotel, and it's fucking awesome. And it's a nice little spot. It's great fucking views there, great party scene, great, little pricey.
Right.
2 drinks run you $20, $30, which is like, huh? What the fuck?
What did you do with $30?
What
did you do with $30 in a dive
6
bar?
pitchers. So it was like 6 pitchers at Rudy's, like $30. Jeez. My, has Brooklyn changed?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta bring your wallet.
You definitely do.
Or your debit card, or whatever the fuck
you
whatever. Just run it up in the credit.
I'm a fan of Quicksilver, Capital One.
Okay.
What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? That's your credit card choice?
The cashback is awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it legit?
It's legit.
Cashback?
It's legit.
Cashback.
I had $23 in cashback in my account, and I was like, wait, what? I get to use this? And the only thing you can't do is pay your bill with it. You can't.
Okay.
You could use it for more purchases or whatever else.
So it boosts your buying power.
Yes.
You can't use it to pay down your
correct. So you'll have like when you go look on your thing, it'll show you have accumulated 20 some odd bucks, $20-$30, and some things give you higher yields. Like some things give you 5%. Some and it'll show you which places to go to. Hey, go here. They're gonna give you $10 back, 10%.
Now, what if you pay off your card?
Yeah.
You decide you don't want to
do
that anymore. You can cash it out if you close your account.
They send you a check. They'll send you a check. Yeah. You can cash it out. It's pretty fucking good. Samuel Jackson didn't lie on this one. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Well, it also is a way to keep you like using the card though. Too.
That's the idea.
That's the thing. Like if you can't use it towards your bill.
Yeah.
Then you got to use the card to get the benefit of it.
I just don't like this. I mean, I don't like the fuddle with making decisions. I like to just go.
Right.
Go.
Right. That's what most.
So
people,
this
most
is.
people
I'm like, oh, should I use this card? Yeah. Do I get more points with this one, or do I use the other one? Fuck it. Let me just pay cash.
You shouldn't have more than one credit card in your wallet anyway.
No, I know. Yeah. So
credit cards kill you.
They can be the death of.
They can be the death of you.
Yeah.
The death and the taxes of you.
They are the false sense of. I remember of some of finance.
Think you have money?
Yeah, I remember getting my cards down to zero, and she's like, "Oh, we have $10,000." I was like, "No,
we don't.
We have a $10,000 card." And that was the death when fucking Bank of America gave me a $10,000 card. I was like, "Whoa!"
That's right. And you start thinking you have $10,000.
And I distinctively remember I gained so much weight, and fucking jeans I bought, I couldn't fit in them anymore. I was like, and I'm still paying the bill. That fucking note would never go down. It was $8,999. I was like, fuck.
Say, stop eating. You got enough goddamn jeans.
Right.
And pay down this goddamn card.
And I couldn't fit the clothes anymore. Food was gone. All the stuff I bought broke. You know, like, I was like, oh, this sucked.
Yeah.
This sucked. Never again am I
Pay
going to do
down.
this.
Plus interest. And we kind of want it now. But you know what? Go ahead. Yeah. You can just give us $20.
Yeah.
And we'll
just $20 for a minimum payment.
And we'll keep it forever. Like fucking herpes. You just keep that shit. Which one is it? Gonorrhea. One of those things you keep forever.
Oh no, herpes you keep forever.
Herpes you keep forever. Yeah.
Silent
killer, man.
Silent
killer. That's a tough thing, man. To pull down somebody's drawers and you realize, oh shit, they got her. God damn it.
Wish there was a sign.
Now I'm here.
It's called a blisters, motherfucker.
That's right.
It's that little shit you ignored on the lip.
Stuff you ignored on the lip. And they all.
yeah.
Is that lotion on your lips? No, it's just the extra pus buildup on the goddamn, the goddamn cankersaurus.
That's fucking disgusting.
Kissing my mom.
Ooh, that's horrible. Muy horrible.
Muy.
What else happened? Ron's birthday passed. 26. Nothing spectacular. Well, he hung out at the bowling alley last night. He's been hanging out all fucking week.
Oh, really?
He's been partying like with his friends. I'm like,
nice.
Go with your friends. Yeah,
nice.
Hang out with those people. Yeah, he's been partying all week.
Yeah, you should. Like the days of like people throwing you, like mom and dad throwing you a party. That should be done.
Listen,
that's over with.
That was last year, his 25th birthday party.
I remember that was a big shindig.
A big shindig, the big pocketbook.
Yeah, exactly. That's your last.
Cost. That was that was your savings. That was like,
this is it.
Like for a party, a party, 4 fucking hours.
Just to say happy birthday. Can I just buy you a cake?
Yeah, her sweet 16 is right there. Dress is there, red dress. I'm like, what the fuck? Never gonna wear this shit again. Never gonna do all these posters hanging all over the place. You're still paying for this shit.
What if part of the deal was, hey, you know what? We'll buy you this dress for your sweet 16 birthday party, but
no cost.
Anytime I want, I can tell you to put that on to go to the grocery store. Hey, run down and go get me a bacon, egg, and cheese, and put that fancy ass dress on.
That'd be a good fucking plan.
Go get me a coffee, please.
Never thought of that.
Here, put that dress.
More important, I'm more intrigued at the idea of sending them to go get anything. These kids don't get it. Like we used to, Mom used to yell, "Hey, go get me a pack of cigarettes and this."
Yeah.
I wasn't going out. It's like death.
Yeah, there was no discussions when that happened.
Well, there's no stores around here, so you can't walk to the store. That's the difference, you know.
Kids got cars.
I get it. I get it. It's brain what do you call it? Torture to these kids. Go to the store. And then it's when the other way around. They're hungry.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you going shopping? You going?
Like, what the fuck? And that's why this fucking Uber. I remember sitting here. My daughter was home from school and it's like, what? She was like, oh, I ordered McDonald's. I wanted a milkshake and like $8, $3 for the delivery. Turned it into a $15.
The $15 milkshake from McDonald's, no less.
I was like, love how this thing fucking works.
Nah, I remember those days when Mom would send us to the store, and we were buying liquor and cigarettes.
Yes.
When we were like 12, 13 years old. She would call the place, say, hey, I'm sending my boys down to get a couple 40 ounces and some cigarettes. Don't give them no shit, all right?
I remember it very well. Pink Champale or
right.
Some crazy shit. The cigarettes was enough, you know. There was... I just buying cigarettes at a kid's. I just remember it all too well. Even this when she worked in the bar, I used to, you know, buy the people at the bar. You know, it cost 75 cents for a pack of cigarettes. They'd give me $1 and I'd keep the quarter. But I bought it from the machine in the plunger. You know,
that was like 50 cents.
No, it was 75 cents. I remember it very well because they would give me 4 quarters, 75 cents for the pack of cigarettes. I keep the quarter. And but how things have changed.
It's like $10 for a pack of
14.
cigarettes.
I seen it the other day. $14. I was like, for what?
Cigarettes are an expensive fucking thing.
Some people smoke fucking. I can't stand the smoke of cigarettes.
Smell
of cigarettes anymore. It just drives me nuts.
It does, yeah. I mean, it doesn't bother me as much. I think, you know, the smell of cigarettes bothers me, and the view of somebody vaping bothers me. Like watching somebody vape pisses me off.
Yeah,
it's just
I agree.
It's like you think you've circumvented some fucking thing, and now you're dying of lung cancer.
You know, let's speaking of the vaping stuff. It is becoming oddly enough at war with you know, it's a thriving business between that and the CBD and all the other cannabis cultures. I mean, I'm seeing guys come out with brands that are like packaged like fucking iPhones. You know? Really nice packaging, really nice, and you get a box of fucking chocolates, like you know, like how that used to be. What's that, Lind's chocolates or whatever else? Now they come like weed comes like that, and you're like, oh wow, look at this packaging, it's great. Is it like fucking saucy? You ever seen these guys?
Yeah.
Saucy, fucking get saucy. Whoa, this guy's got a fucking mean package.
It's getting to be a big thing, and that's why that's partially not why, at least not for vaping anyway. That we figured out that they found out that vaping's kind of dangerous.
Yes,
so they want you to be safer.
Yeah, well, again with the regulations and stuff, if they just get on board with it and stop worrying about how to take all of the money and let people entrepreneurialize themselves. Right. They just say no, we want to do it first, and then you guys can have it.
You don't have to take it away.
Right.
You don't have to take it away. You can say, "Hey, this stuff is kind of dangerous. I
smell prohibition coming again."
Let's make sure. Well, that's probably what's going to start happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like an underground vaping culture, and then,
well, it already is.
which means you're going to have kids doing that. I think that's the one thing to see if we can get kids to not do it. But then, then it becomes what's a kid.
So they showed CBS had a special on just yesterday. I saw it on Friday. I'm sorry. About they filled a classroom with kids had like vapes that looked like this, and they pulled the fucking top, and it looked like a marker, it looked like a fucking pen, it looked like a fucking a keychain, it looked like the hand sanitizer that clips on your thing. It's a fucking vape. They had it in so many different disguisable packaging, and they brought in these teachers from all these schools, and they was like, "Can you spot all the vape?" And they knew where all the pieces were. They would go through the room. I think that's a vape. That's a vape. That's a vape. One had a fucking USB stick, drive, vape. They're fucking all over the place. It's becoming an epidemic when the kids are doing it, and vape smartly. I don't know.
I know, right?
Vape smartly, but I do despise the big cloud. They just try to get a bigger cloud.
Yeah,
it's like I see guys with a fucking time bomb. These guys have these fucking, like these big fucking things that look like, with they have LED screens on them and everything.
I've seen that. Yes.
One guy said his shit is Bluetooth. I said, well, what Bluetooth for what? What do you? And he says, well, my phone is tethered to it. So
yes.
It tells me how much oil I have left. So I'll need to go refill. Like, I'm like, what? Are you doing? What the fuck are you guys doing with this thing?
Yeah, just like it's anything else. I've seen them all. Like I've seen them like look like a thing of brass knuckles.
Yeah,
I've seen that. The dude putting up those
big triggers, man.
You know what? The older I get, maybe I'm being an old curmudgeon, but liquor, weed, and cocaine
still works.
It still works. The
still
best out of
product.
anything. Still viable. You don't want to do too much of any of them.
Yeah, right.
You know, but I think if you had a taste of each one, I think you're fine.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Look at weed.
No, just like and I don't know. There's just something about vaping that just like I don't want to smell your fucking cinnamon sugar and fucking lemon thing. Just I'd have more respect for you if you puffed a joint.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, in Manhattan, people smoke weed everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Oh, every corner you turn. Anytime there's a garage.
Yes.
Anytime there's a garage,
that gateway in between. Yes.
You can smell weed as it goes through. Garage or like a loading dock.
A loading dock.
Anytime you see it, you smell weed.
Yes,
when you turn the corner.
Every time, and always underneath a scaffold.
Yes.
Underneath a scaffold is like, damn, you guys know where to find all this fucking weed. It's just weird. But the scent of weed is very prevalent in Manhattan.
Yes.
And I'm like, ain't you fucking working? Like you.
See, that's my thing. When I smell it like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, if it was 4, okay.
It's time to go home.
Time to go home.
Yeah.
It's 11. You niggas got like 3 more hours here at least. I understand you're union, so you're really not working. So, right. Jesus Christ, can you at least like act like you're...
Well, some people are functioning. I mean, can function with it.
Functioning weedaholics.
Yeah, functioning weed smokers.
Weed-tastic.
Just like functioning alcoholics. Yeah.
Got that high tolerance.
Yeah.
So, no, I could still move tractor-trailers on a fucking whole blunt, dude.
It's going back to Denzel again. Pilot, the plane. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Airplane?
Flight. That was a good movie.
You found 3?
That was a great movie.
Because I had 5. You found 3 in there? Oh, because I drank 5.
That dude said, yes, I was high.
Yeah.
I'm high right now.
Yes. I'm drunk right now.
That was a good movie.
John Goodman with the
that was a great character. Okay, man, we're gonna juice them up. I'll take one with you.
Yeah.
Okay, who's got my money? $500. I got.
Oh, that was a great character.
I got 80.
That was great. That
was the last of the heavy John Goodman.
Yeah. Now he's like this.
He's like a rail thin.
Yeah, he looks like he's deflated. Like the air came out of the tire. Righteous Gemstones is a fucking roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't get enough of it. It's one of those, like I've been mentioning the last few episodes, is like it's just been like all the series I've been watching. I mean, it's now kind of hard to catch up, but I love the fact that I can switch. I can go, let me catch the last one of Wu-Tang. Let me see Power. Let me see. So the whole week can go by, and then on Sunday I can just like bing, 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 bing. You know, since the Giants aren't playing today.
No Giants today.
We had them Thursday. The Patriots wiped the fucking slate clean. Showed him what a real quarterback's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Got a nice little smack on the hand. Little.
Ah!
Yeah. Like, don't get your panties in the wad yet.
Everybody just chill.
There's still some greatness left on the field.
Some lax. Yeah, exactly.
And then, listen, as long as the Dallas Cowboys lose, I'm okay. You know, I just hate these fucking fans.
The Dallas Cowboy fans are a bit much.
When I was down in the DMV, oddly enough, that was their same complaint. They were like, "Yo, y'all not. I get it. Watch Redskins suck, but all you fucking Dallas fans, like at least maybe Philly, maybe somebody close, you know,
Dallas."
And so going back to now, the reasoning that I understood from one gentleman who spoke. Unfortunately, it happened to be the gentleman who lost his wife. But he told me that the main reason that most people traditionally have black people is that they were the first team to integrate quarterbacks. Had black quarterback. Were they the first team with a black quarterback?
No.
I thought Washington was with Doug Williams. No.
No.
Or maybe he was the first one to win a Super Bowl.
No. The first Super Bowl team that had a black quarterback was the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had a quarterback by the name of Joe Gilliam.
Oh, really?
Who was the backup quarterback?
So this is what.
So that's the first. So that's the first Super Bowl team that had a black quarterback.
First?
I don't know who was the first team that had a black quarterback.
Yeah.
I want
again. This is what the claim was
right.
for the people who told me that's why they traditionally like Dallas.
Well,
I beg to find this out.
When I was younger, I know a lot of people like Dallas simply because of Tony Dorsett.
Yes,
they loved themselves some Tony Dorsett.
Yeah,
and so that's why they followed the team from there. Right. As far as black quarterback, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see. But I know the first Super Bowl winning team that had a black quarterback was the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was Joe Gilliam. He was a backup quarterback. The first team that had a starting black quarterback in the Super Bowl was the Washington Redskins with Doug Williams.
Yeah. That I remember because I remember I had the magazine and he was on the cover.
First team that had a black quarterback, don't know. I'd have to look
that was
that
the
up.
answer they gave me for why everybody likes Dallas Cowboys. So I took his word for it. I did not challenge his.
If we only had a device in which you could search information.
Hey Google.
Ooh,
who was the first NFL? Who was the first African American NFL quarterback?
Marlon Briscoe. Here's a summary from the website csmonitor.com.
Marlon Briscoe
was the first African American to start as an American Football League quarterback in 1968. To find out more,
what
put
team?
The link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
Jesus.
What team did he play for? Well, that's why we asked you, goddammit. What the it's exhausting.
This bitch just said
Bitch just said she's tired. And
we're asking her to, but we're fucking bothering you.
We ain't talked to you all goddamn day.
What team did Marlon
That's hilarious.
Briscoe play for? Marlon Briscoe. Who knew?
Now, okay,
Miami Dolphins.
Okay, I typed in Marlon Briscoe and I'm getting porn sites. So maybe
Marlon Briscoe played for the Miami Dolphins.
So Marlon Briscoe, first black NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
68. Thank you, Google. We did it ourselves.
Yeah. Wow. So there goes that myth of why the Dallas Cowboys have this thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, for a lot of people, at least our age and younger, it was a love affair with Tony Dorsett. I think Tony Dorsett was the first dude that everybody fell in love with and whatnot.
The cops used to wear the fucking Dallas Cowboy jerseys on back in the 80s.
The cops?
Yeah, the fucking TNT squads, like the police, the detectives, that was their thing. Like
they would wear a Dallas Cowboy
all the time.
Really?
We hated it. They wore football jerseys, and they wore Dallas Cowboys because they had the star on it. I don't know. I don't know why, but they all fucking wore it, and it was like, shit, fucking D's are here.
It's funny. Every time that I went to Yankee Stadium and I would have my Yankee jersey on, everybody accused me of being an undercover cop. It was something about wearing a uniform, like a team uniform, and jeans or something like that gives you this impression that people think you're an undercover cop.
There are a lot of cops that, sports, very ties to a lot of, but like anyone else. I mean,
because I would get asked, I'm waiting to go in line. No, people would ask me, "So you working?"
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about?
You want a job?
Right, exactly. You want a job that's a good gig?
Yeah.
How much overtime you play? Is this your overtime? Or is this your? What the hell are you talking about? And then I come to realize that yes, but they think I'm a fucking cop.
They think you're a fucking cop.
And I should have played that shit off.
You should say, turn around.
I say,
give me a wallet.
Exactly.
Say, rubber bunky buddy.
Yo.
You don't blow me up, son.
You're right.
Oh, shit. All right, man, I'm going to get out of here.
Okay.
It's that time for us to say goodbye, America. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Get down to the point. You don't understand, but smoke that joint.
Hold up.
All right, party people. Two Bros Podcast, episode 78.
El Dot.
All right, go cop that El Capo album from Jim Jones, by the way.
Go see Joker.
Dope. And go see Joker.
And don't order chicken fingers if you're an adult.
And definitely don't get ranch.
And don't get ranch. And don't get herpes. But if you say paste.
Oh, shit.
Ding, ding.